Hello and welcome to Women Over 40 Losing Weight. I'm your host, Dr. Kisha Pickford, a nurse practitioner and hormone informed metabolic and weight loss strategist, and I'm also the founder of Ample Health and Wellness. This is the podcast where we have honest conversations about what it really takes to build a healthier life after 40. And today we're talking about something every single one of us experiences: motivation. More specifically, what do you do when motivation disappears? Because if you've ever started strong on Monday, but by Thursday, you're wondering where all your excitement went, today's conversation is for you. And as usual, I'm with my co host, Jay. Jay, how are you this episode today? And what do you think about this topic?
I'm doing great. And honestly, this topic really hits home. Motivation is something we all wrestle with, so I think it's going to resonate. Are you saying motivation isn't enough?
I'm not saying motivation isn't enough, it's wonderful, but it can be temporary. And that's completely normal. I don't wake up every single day feeling motivated, and you probably don't either. And neither do the women listening today feel motivated every single time or every single moment or every single day.
I think that's reassuring for people to hear. Sometimes we assume the successful folks are motivated every day.
Yes, a lot of people do assume that, especially when you're going into an area such as with healthcare providers or coaches. A lot of times, people, especially in the hospital, be surprised when I can relate to having high blood pressure right along with them. And that's kind of reassuring. It kind of calms them down and lets them know, hey, this is a real person I'm talking to, and they have exactly the same thing I do.
Yeah, sometimes people do assume healthcare providers or coaches are always motivated or in perfect tip top shape all the time.
Yes, they do, but absolutely not most of the time. And I actually want to share something important. I'm still on my wellness journey as well. I'm still working towards my health goals. I'm still learning. I'm still making adjustments. I'm still taking care of myself one day at a time. So when I share these conversations, I'm not talking from a finish line. I'm actually walking right alongside with you.
I really like that. It's a powerful reminder that progress isn't about perfection, it's about walking the path every day.
Exactly. I don't think people need another person standing at the finish line saying, "Come on." I think they need someone walking beside them saying, "Let's keep going together." And honestly, that's one of the reasons I created Ample Health and Wellness.
Tell us more about that. What made you realize that was so important?
When I began my own medical weight loss journey, I realized something. The medication was helping me, but I still needed somewhere to learn, somewhere to ask questions, somewhere to build my habits, somewhere to keep me motivated, keep me encouraged. I wanted support. And I wanted support that focused on what happens after the prescription is written, because medication can help people or help me on my journey, but sustainable habits help us continue it. That's the community I'm trying to build, not because I've arrived, but because I'm still walking this journey myself.
I think that's something a lot of women need to hear. It's not about a perfect plan, it's about continuing the journey with support.
Yes, it's not that perfect plan. And I hope this is something that people or my listeners or the women on this podcast or listening to this podcast can relate to. Because if your motivation is low today, it doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you're human. The question isn't, how do I stay motivated forever? The better question is, what small step can I take today Anyway, and I'll tell you a client story about this. I had a client to tell me, Dr. Keisha, I just don't feel motivated anymore. And I didn't tell her she needed more willpower. I asked her, can you drink water today? Can you eat one meal with enough protein? Or can you just take a short walk? One small promise. That's all you sometimes need. And once she kept that promise to herself, she started believing in herself again.
So motivation isn't always what gets us moving. Sometimes taking action is what brings motivation back.
Exactly. Sometimes motivation follows movement, not the other way around.
And that's one of the reasons you started hosting your monthly wellness events, right? Not just for information, but for that encouragement and community when motivation dips.
Yes, that's one of the reasons I started hosting my monthly wellness events. Not because I think people need another lecture, but because we all need encouragement. We need community. We need opportunities to learn something new and reconnect with the why we started things or journeys in the first place. And if you're listening to this episode on the day it releases, I love for you to join me tomorrow morning at our online wellness event. We'll continue this conversation about building a healthier life after 40. And I love to have you there. And if you're listening later, don't worry, there will be more opportunities to join us at our live wellness events. And I'll leave the link to the event in today's show notes or the program's description.
I love that. It's not just about motivation, it's about staying connected. So, what's that takeaway you want listeners to remember?
One thing I hope everyone will remember is this: motivation may start the journey, but community, habits, and consistency help carry us forward.
That's a powerful message. And if someone wants to take a step with you, what do you recommend?
If you'd like a more personalized look at your own habits and wellness journey, my root cause weight loss and wellness audit may be a great place to begin because this is where we're able to take a deep look at the what, how, and why to sustainable weight management and optimal well being for your health journey. And I'll leave the link to this information in today's show notes or program's description as well.
That sounds like a great next step for anyone wanting to dive deeper. Let's wrap it up so they can take that step.
Yes, I think this is a great segue to closing. And I want to thank everyone for spending this part of your day with me and Jay. If this episode encouraged you, be sure to follow the show so you don't miss what's coming next. And until next time, I want everyone to give yourself grace, take care of your health, keep moving forward. And please remember, I'm not waiting for you at the finish line. I'm walking this journey right alongside you. And we will see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining. Bye, everyone.
That was perfect. You wrapped it up with heart and clarity. I think your listeners are going to feel truly supported on this journey. Great job.
Yes, I hope they will feel supported. And I'll see you two next time, Jay.
I'll be here next time, Keisha. Always a pleasure. Take care and good luck with the event tomorrow. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.